One of the core elements of adventure is total commitment. And total commitment isn't pull yourself up by your bootstraps, suck it up, make it happen at any cost. Instead, total commitment is starting at point A and going to point B and having flexibility and fluidity in how you get there.
Instead of always being on the grind, I need a new purpose. I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching. You're just what I'm.
The knowledge and experience that you gain along the way should inform how you get to the end result. So having clarity as to what the end result is crucial, but that path in terms of how you actually end up getting there is going to shift and change over time. You're going to take in new information, new perspective, and staying open to influence, open to new possibilities allows you to get there. It was Ernest Hemingway who said, "What is true at dawn is a lie by noon." And that's exactly how we should approach total commitment. That the information that we hold at the beginning, if we hold a dogmatic approach and we apply that, this is the way it's going to be. This is how we're going to solve this. This is how we're going to get from point A to point B. It's going to be fraught with difficulty, challenge, and frustration. And when I talk about adventure, I'm not solely talking about expeditioning or mountain climbing. It's an approach to living. It's a way of being. If we look at our marriage, our partnerships, our work, how we show up as parents, as an adventure, as an expedition, you'll see how these lessons directly apply and inform and give us the ability to be able to persevere through challenge and work through difficulty towards that end result. You must be willing to instantly modify or change based on the terrain, based on the experience in that moment. Sometimes it means hunkering down and stopping and halting, and sometimes it means retreating. But we're going to be taking in environmental information from the mountain, metaphorically, from our lives, from our primary relationships, from challenges within our business, challenges at home. We have to have the wherewithal and the ability to pause, reflect, retreat, and then approach again for the climb. And ultimately, the only way to find out, to answer these questions, is to literally engage, to get on the mountain itself. We can spend so much time watching, waiting, calculating, trying to control the uncontrollable, to foresee every detail. But in reality, the only way to actually engage is to engage. And I found that accountability is the best insurance for that. To be in relationship with another that you can speak freely, share your concerns, have that vulnerability, and also to be directly accountable for your actions. One of the primary reasons that I run groups for men is because accountability and direct engagement, sharing wisdom and sharing experience, is crucial to success. When we hone in on the BFG, the big fucking goal, it needs to be scary. And if it's not scary, and if you're not afraid and you're not intimidated by it, then you've chosen the wrong BFG. It's too easy. It's too easy of a mountain to climb, literally and metaphorically. So we have to shoot big, and in doing so, we need to be able to have support around us to do that. So we have to have vulnerable, honest communication. And that's one of the core aspects of a men's mastermind group, is to be in connection with others, to share that information, create a plan, and then get honest, direct feedback. And as long as that feedback is delivered in a way that's in service to the other man, to the other members of the group, then go for it. If it can be received that way, it can be received in a trusting way, then it's welcome. To be worth your effort, to be worth the climb, to put this team together to make it happen, it has to be intimidating. You need to be able to stand at the base of it and be totally scared. Doing so allows you to be able to step fully into those parts of yourself, that part of your character that is absolutely crucial and necessary for success. Otherwise, it's just an amusement park ride, it becomes routine, and you're on the same treadmill over and over again. And a BFG, well within your ability, is a misuse of resources. It's a loss of opportunity, of achievement, and that's not what we're here for. These BFGs, these big fucking goals, they're meant to be scary, they're meant to be intimidating, and we tackle them together in community. That's where success becomes compounding. And what you do not know now, your BFG will teach you. Your first reaction to a BFG should be that you are not up to the challenge, that you should turn around and go back. You should train harder. You should learn more. You should leave and go home and come back at another time. But the reality is, when you do that, there is no other training. There is no more learning. There's nothing else you can do to prepare but to be on the mountain itself. The mountain is going to teach you what you need to learn. So you come as prepared as possible. And then when you're in the environment, you're in the terrain, that's where the commitment kicks in. And so by definition, you aren't good enough, because you won't be good enough until it's complete. The improvements and the skills that you need to reach the summit can only be gained en route to the summit. The fear of failure, the imposter syndrome, the only way to work through that is to climb and be engaged in the very thing that is so intimidating and terrifying. It sounds so simple, but to succeed, we have to risk failure. It's often difficult to literally just get off the ground and start.
You're searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems heavy,